My phone's been lighting up, guys, and you guys know why when you see what just happened. Everybody's talking about it right now. George Pickens traded to the Dallas Cowboys from the Pittsburgh Steelers. I cannot tell you how happy I am to hear this. I told you guys things are going to, well, things are changing. Things had to turn because I thought we were probably we were at rock bottom. What we saw last year was a rock bottom. What the whole feeling that we went through, I thought was a rock bottom. And finally, we get some moves to get us off rock bottom. And I'm going to tell you something. This move right here can put us back at mountaintop. You get what I just did? Rock bottom, mountaintop. We all got to push that rock. We just got to determine where it stops. Are you going to have it at rock bottom? Or are you going to push your rock all the way to the mountaintop? And George Pickens just helped the Cowboys get that rock moving back towards the mountaintop and off the rock bottom. Let me tell you how I put it together. I told you guys when you look back over the last few seasons, those seasons the Cowboys went 12-5, they were ranking in the top of the NFL in offense, right? They were scoring one season, I had the numbers 30 points a game. The other was like 28 and one other's 27-9 or something like that. It averaged about 28. Last year, we fell off to about 20 points. How do we make back up those 7 points? Are crucial and should be the focus of the Dallas Cowboys whole offseason. Yes. You fill holes on your team in other places, but you focus your plan of attack in certain places with doing certain things that can get you in a winner's circle. Prior to last year, that year, garbage year, the 12-5 seasons, we were there. And I'm saying the best plan, since we've invested so much, $60 million in a quarterback, another top money in receiver, $35 million in a receiver, that we got to get value out of that value. So let's focus. Even though we got to put a whole bunch of money into Michael Parsons, let's focus on making this offense back like what it was. And he did, and we went in the draft and did that. I came out of the draft so happy with the draft pick. Told you guys to talk to him, meant to talk with his father, love what he is. I love what they're bringing in the locker room. And then I love the way they went and picked up the running backs. But here's the last hole that we were talking about on the offense. Go make me a splash at wide receiver. And I said it on the show the day after we got Tyler Booker. I said, I'm glad we got him. Now go bring me George Pickens. And they did. And I'm telling y'all, this is great. Let me tell you, because even the Matthew Goldens and the other kids they had in the draft, they're good players, but there were a lot of duplications with CeeDee Lamb, size-wise. They're about his size, about his build, maybe a little different game, but played a lot of similar things. We got a man that knows how to roam better than anybody in the dome, in the middle of the field, and control the whole game. He's out with Tyreek Hill, and that's CeeDee Lamb. He's the best at it. We don't need to go looking for somebody else. He's the best at it. And what I wanted and what we got was somebody to complement this. And this is what I think is great, because since they are different types of receivers, they complement and they won't complain. Compliment instead of complainant. I know it's not a word, but I just want to do it that way just to understand. Because now we have a set understanding. Harper and I worked well together because we had a certain understanding. Hart was a high jumper and could run. And he wanted to go and get that football. I can't say let's run. I can still jump though, I can get up. But so I have no problem. All 8 routes, action eights are routes. That's the deep post, action 8. Or bang 8, that's my route. Bang 8, that's on my 4 5 side foot. I'm gonna hit a slant route. It's a deep slant route. I'm gonna run into the safety, bang bang, as opposed to a slant route where I'm gonna run it. I will run into the linebacker, bang bang. But it's all bang bang. Action 8s, deep post, over the top post, those Alvin Harpers. We had a distinct understanding, and we did what we did, that we were different. I wasn't trying to be Alvin. Alvin wasn't trying to be me, and he made it work. That's what I see here with the George Pickens. See, George Pickens ain't trying to be CD. CD can't be George Pickens. That's what makes this work. CD can masterfully control the whole field. And then you get George Pickens, the thing that you cannot stop, that thing you cannot teach, that thing you cannot coach. He has. He's a freakish athlete that has a great understanding of the space around him, and I would call this his way to put his body in position to make a play, and his thirst to make that big play. All 50-50 balls slant more like, I want to say 88-12, because I love trying to get 80-80 and everything. But honestly, I can't even use my number here. I got to say 90-10 with this kid. And I keep telling people what happened in Pittsburgh is one thing. Here's going to be different. This kid's going to see this place will love him like I don't know what. And Pittsburgh is a great place. It's a great place. I liken this to the Charles Haley. San Francisco was a great place. And Charles Haley had great success. And he left a great situation and a great organization. But when he got here, he saw the difference. Deion Sanders, San Francisco, great situation, great organization. But when he got here, he saw the difference. George Pickens will get here and see the difference. And I tell you, I believe that's going to hook him. I look at him, and all the people I talk to back there say he's a good dude. He's a good dude. But he wants to know that you, just like most of us, wants to know that you're going to be ride or die with him. You're going to be in the corner with him. And we will be in the corner with him here. You know what I mean? Treat him like a man, he'll be a man. That's Jimmy's old saying. Treat him like a man, he'll be a man. And we're going to treat him like a man, let him be a man, and it's going to work great. Let me give you some numbers that I put this to, because I want to talk to you. Let's take their best 2 years. CD's best years, he put about 1,700 yards. You remember that year a couple of years ago, 1,700 yards, man. He caught 135 passes, 135 receptions, 1,700 yards. It's about 13 yards, 12.9 yards per play. So this is how it. George Pickens' best year was 2023. He had 63 receptions for 1,140 yards. 135 receptions for CD is overworking him. So in order to get this back on top, this is why this is perfect. Let's look at the 63 receptions, 1,140 yards that George Pickens had. That's an average of 18 yards per play. CD is at 13 yards per play. Remember what I told you, roam in the middle. That's CD controlling the game. And we want the cherry on top of the whipped cream. That's going to be George Pickens, manning the deep lane. And I'm going to tell you how we do it. We take the 135 from CD Lamb, and we said we overworked you, but we paid you a lot of money for that work that you put in. But we're going to take you and take you down from 135. CD now goes and get about 115 receptions this season. That's what we need. 115 from CD. I take 20 and put them on top of George Pickens. George Pickens got 63, his best year for 1140. That 20 gonna take him to about 83. 83 receptions. 83 receptions times 18 yards per is going to have him at 1,494 yards for the season. This is what's going to happen. And 115 receptions at 13 per is going to put CD at 1,495 yards for the season. 1,494 and 1,495. CD Lamb is happy because he's got more yards. It's a proven fact that he is the number one receiver because he has one more yard. That's the key to this whole season right here. And let me tell you how this works. Because we keep George happy. We don't allow George to become Curious George. We gonna move over those 20 receptions and we are going to give him the opportunity now to pull down 83 for 1,500 yards. And you know what that means? Next year, George Pickens could be saying, show me the money. Must be the money. You can get paid, buddy. You get paid. Act right, be right, because you're about to get a stage that you never had. Act right, be right, because you're about to have an opportunity, man, to change your life and change your family's life. Great place you're coming from. The best place you're going to. And make the best of it. You know what I'm saying? Make this your home, George. I'm going to be your boy. I'm telling you right now. I already talked to Will. I know they're coming. They're bringing him in tomorrow, and he's going to be here. I got to go to Minnesota tomorrow. But I'm going to make sure we going to connect. I was watching him on film, peeps. Let me tell y'all something. I watch him on film. I'm telling you. This dude has been great. And I guarantee you there's a great deal that I can give him that's going to skyrocket him to another stratosphere because he's a big guy and he's won so much on his physical capabilities, his physical skill set because he's been gifted. But I had to win on technique and understanding certain things that people don't even think about when they're as gifted as he is. Because there's no need to think about it. They beat everybody. They always beat everybody. So they never thought about, I need to figure out these little things on how to win because I always won. That's why we call them a freak athlete. I'm not that freak athlete. So I had to think through, break it down, understand everything. Now I'm going to give him my understanding. Wow, he has the talent that I've always said, God, come on. If you love me like you say you did, why you didn't give me that kind of talent? That's all I'm saying. Everybody wanted Tat McMillan. I was listening to somebody talk about this when I was looking at the numbers. You know, I think that Tat tutorial with McMillan, he ran like a 4.55. George Pickens ran a 4.45. That little thing right there, that sounds like nothing to you, can be everything. And when you have air, understanding, balance, and knows how to position yourself to make a big play, and now you're about to get paid, you're about to get the stage of a lifetime. You want to become the highest sought receiver in free agency next year, you got a stage, brother, to put on quite a show this upcoming year. And you will get paid. And you will change your life and the life of your family for generations to come. A wise man once said, success is a simple formula when you break it all down. Everybody will tell you every kind of way that they got to their promised land. But the reality is, there's only one way. Success is a simple formula. It's when opportunity collides with preparation, or being prepared collides with opportunity. Each of these standing separate yields you nothing. You get prepared and prepared and prepared and prepared, and never an opportunity, you got nothing. You get opportunity, 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 and opportunity, and you won't get that many in life. And you're not prepared, you get nothing. This is where success lies. George, all you have to do is commingle that formula. Get ye prepared for this opportunity. And I guarantee you, you will change the life. For you and your family. If you can be a star with that star on the side of your helmet. Come on home. Come on home. We're waiting for you here in Texas.